and I might cut this out, so we're gonna pretend like I've just started and like we've only just arrived. Okay, hello, welcome to the top 10 games of 2024 as chosen by me, and this list is probably going to upset people. Mario Party better be on there. It's not, Fate, it isn't. I can tell you that right now, it is not on there. Sorry, you can get angry about that to start with. Read it slowly. Poo penis boobies. Back to where I was at after that interruption. Garth, imagine subscribing for 12 months and just getting me to say poo penis boobies. I mean, God. I should elaborate. This is my favorite games of 2024. So what that means is that these aren't necessarily the best games of 2024. These are the games that I had the most fun playing. If I was to do a list of games which I'm like critically analyzing, like what worked, what didn't work, this list would probably be very different. And even so, even with that being the case, I'm sure some people will be like,
what the fuck is wrong with you? You call yourself a gamer?
How dare that? How dare that be on the list, and how dare it be as high as it is? But, you know, such is life. This is my list. You get your own. Honorable mention. So these are games that I liked, but there are other games I liked more, or in the case of our first honorable mention, which we shall play the video for here, you're telling me you can honorably mention Mario? I've not played it, Faye. I've not played Mario Party. I can't put it on my list if I've not played it. First honorable mention goes to Metaphor ReFantazio. The only reason this is on my honorable mentions list is that I've not played very much of it. I'm like still at the very beginning of the game. I know this is a lot of people's favorite game of the year. It did pretty well around different places for awards and stuff. It's very good. It's the first time I've played an Atlas game who do like Persona and all that kind of stuff. This is the first time I've ever played one, and as we've discussed many a time on my streams, I'm not super knowledgeable about the world of anime, which clearly you can see from the trailer this takes influence from to some degree. I don't know very much about Atlas, the devs, but so far they make a pretty damn good game. I'm enjoying it. I just couldn't bring to put it on the actual top 10 list because I've not played enough of it yet. So yeah, there you go. Metaphor ReFantazio on the honorable mentions. All right, next on the honorable mentions is the casting of Frank Stone. Supermassive DVD combo. I had fun playing through this. It's still got some of the flaws of the other Supermassive games, like walking around giant empty spaces, and some of the narrative stuff is like, does this make sense? Does this make sense? But I guess there's part of that is the choices you make and stuff and how they link together. But I'd be lying if I didn't have fun. I had fun playing it, and I had fun playing it with you all in chat and everyone judging my choices, because as we know, I got spoilers, I got the worst possible ending. Everyone died. Literally everybody died on my playthrough. So that was fun. It was fun getting to fuck up quite so extraordinarily. So yeah, I had a good time. It was fun playing through it, especially on stream with everyone judging my choices, which probably made it even better for me. So yeah, I had a good time with it. Next honorable mention is, we played this on stream. It was a good time. It is Star Trucker. We did a big old cosplay stream with this. It's good. It's a solid good time. You get to have your little truck. You do various different jobs. I just enjoyed the world, and obviously a fond memory of getting to dress up as a trucker and just fly around in space and make multiple crashes and trying to smuggle things across the galaxy that I should not be smuggling. So yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed this quite a lot. I feel like it was that was a cosplay. Yeah, that was a cosplay, actually, Fate. Thank you very much. I don't go out in my day-to-day with a mullet wig. Like, that doesn't happen as often as you'd think, okay? So, fond memories of Star Trek. It was a good old time, and I'm not super into simulation games, typically, where I think this game took the simulation genre and put enough of a fun spin on it that made it more fun for me. And I liked all the little things. I like that you could walk around inside the truck and it felt like a spaceship truck hybrid. You could go walk around in space and stuff. The last honorable mention is Dragon's Dogma 2 is my last honorable mention. I enjoyed this game while I was playing it, but it did have a bunch of technical issues, which kind of caused me to, you know what, I'm gonna step away from this for now and come back to it, which I still definitely will do. I just haven't had the time to. I love the first game. I was really enjoying this game. It's just a shame that those technical issues were holding me back. And I did play more of it off of stream. But yeah, I just had a good time. Fun fantasy world. I'll be honest, I can't strictly remember what was going on in the story because it's been that long. It's been that, but I enjoyed just being in a fantasy land, magic stuff, hack and slashing, climbing monsters, all of that good stuff. But yeah, I couldn't put it on my top 10 just because A, didn't play enough of it, B, it had some technical issues that were really holding it back. But I did have fun. Here is the actual top 10. So we're kicking it off at number 10 with Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. Again, had technical issues, and I was flip-flopping between Dragon's Dogma and this, between the honorable mention and putting it in the 10 spot. But ultimately, I think I did enjoy Stalker 2 more. I played more of Stalker 2. I played more of it off-stream. I love the atmosphere. I like the monsters and just the world. I just really enjoy the dystopian world of this series, and I think this game did a pretty good job of like modernizing that, even though again it had technical issues. It has been patched since, and I played it when it got patched and it's a lot smoother now. But yeah, I liked how the shooting felt very like dread filling. Like whenever you get into a firefight, it's like, oh god, this feels tense. Like it feels like you're in an actual fucking firefight sometimes. So like, what the fuck? I'm overwhelmed. And there's monsters. What's not to love? There's spooky monsters as well. It's a good time. Are you dancing like a shark? Are you doing the left shark? I freaking love everything about Chernobyl and learning about it. So if you're unaware, like, the Stalker series is kind of a supernatural sci-fi take on Chernobyl. So obviously after Chernobyl, and there's anomalies and weird artifacts and monsters and stuff, but obviously it takes place in the backdrop of Chernobyl, and it's made by a Ukrainian studio. Obviously they developed this game in the heat of a war that's going on, and the fact that it came out as good as it does, I think deserves applause. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And again, it's something I plan to go back to when I've got time. Not on stream, probably just in my own time, but yeah, I thought it was really good. You know, it's an RPG, you get loot, get better equipment, and then you can go to more dangerous areas as you get better equipment and discover more about the zone as you explore. So yeah, good time. I enjoyed it. Number 9 is Fabledom. Fabledom got its 1.0 release this year. It's a city builder with, like you can see, there's witches, there's trolls, it's very kind of Fable, the video game, and I guess Shrek, maybe, I guess, to give it a feel of what kind of tone it is. It's very cute, it's very fun, just a nice little city builder. You build up your Fable town, you make it into a city, and it's just good. It's just a good time. I enjoyed it. I'm struggling to think of a better way of putting this, but it has a very British sense of humor. It's a very British sense of humor, and you're like trying to make better relationships with other kingdoms and stuff, sending like trade stuff. Look at this, there's a dancing fucking Cyclops here now. There's a dancing Cyclops, there's a spooky witch now. They've been doing all kinds of updates to it. There's skeletons. It's good. It's a good time. It's a fun little city builder with a very unique aesthetic and style to it. And like I say, in 2024 it got its 1.0 release, and I think they've still been updating it after that as well. But yeah, I enjoy it quite a bit. It's one of those games I played a fair bit off of stream. Yeah, it's a good time. If you're into city builders and something that's kind of a little bit cute and it has that, like I say, it has a very kind of Britishy sense of humor to it as well, it might be worth looking into. So yeah, Fabledom comes in At number 9. Number 8. We've got Until Dawn, the PC release. Now, obviously, I'd never played the original. I know some people weren't super, like, there's some people weren't super happy with this version, either because of technical issues or whatever, but as my first time getting to play through this, I enjoyed it a lot. I do like these sort of moral choice, story choice games Supermassive does, and I could finally see why Until Dawn is so many people's favorites. And again, getting to stream through a game like this instantly makes it even more fun, because I have all of you in chat judging my choices. But I think we did pretty well. I think it was only at the very last hurdle that we fucked up, and I still claim that wasn't my fault. Nearly everyone made it out alive apart from the very end, and that was just very frustrating. But I think we got Josh to survive, which I think was a new ending that they added in, which was pretty good of me, if I don't say so myself. But yeah, I completely get why people like it so much, and it was fun getting to finally play it. And like I say, I'm predisposed to enjoying these kind of horror choice games. So yeah, I had a good time with it. So yeah, Until Dawn. Until Dawn PC remake, remaster, whatever you want to call it. Coming in at number 8. Number 7 is Pacific Drive. We streamed a fair bit of this. I really like this game. I thought it was really unique. The fact that it's like this survival car game, and you have your little HQ that you're building up, and the car becomes like your own Ecto-1 DeLorean styled thing, and you're dealing with these anomalies and spooky stuff. I had a good time with this. I really liked how you personalized the car, how it really started to feel like this is mine. This is my home, and it has its own personality, and it has all the things that I want on it. And yeah, it was good. It was a good time. I just felt it was really unique. Yeah, it surprised me. It surprised me a lot, because at first I thought, are we going to be in the car the whole time? Is that how the game works? But no, you do explore. You have to go and get resources and all that kind of thing, and then deal with some weird fucking creatures, moments, things. But yeah, I just think Pacific Drive was really just unique onto itself. Had an interesting spin on the whole genre. An interesting spin on the whole thing. Number 6. Here we go. Another game got its 1.0 release, and it's a game that I love. I've played a lot of this, and I think a lot of people forget that it got its 1.0 release in 2024, and that's V Rising. V Rising. As a lot of you know, I'm pretty picky about my survival games. I feel like V Rising just strikes the balance just right. I never feel like it's a pain in the ass, the survival elements. Like, it just feels part of the fun gameplay loop, and building your own castle, just getting to be a vampire, terrorizing people is a lot of fun. Who knew? But yeah, I enjoy the combination of like the Diablo-ish style and the survival elements, and just I think the world is really well built, and the monsters and the different enemy types you come up against, like, they just get more and more imaginative as you go, like this trailer is displaying. And just getting to be a badass vampire with all the badass vampire magic and all that good stuff. I super enjoy V Rising. Super enjoy it. It's a game I'll probably keep going back to over and over again, and yeah, it got its 1.0 in 2024, so it officially released, and it's great. Yeah, and the character creation. Yeah, you get to make your vampire. You get to make them look as spooky or monstery or handsome or beautiful as you would like. If you've not played V Rising, I would highly recommend it if you're into survival, if you're into looting, if you're into crafting, if you're into vampires. I would highly recommend it. I should give V Rising a go. I won it on stream and played it for all of 7 minutes. You should play more of it, Blood. V Rising is one of those games that the more you play it, the more it will reward you. And like, the tutorial's interesting because it does tell you how to do things, but really what it wants you to do is like make the choices of, okay, this is the direction I want to go in for right now, so I need to commit to doing these things to get to that point. So it is one of those, like, kind of like a Minecraft in that sense. Like, okay, this is what I want to achieve. I need to do the things I need to do to achieve that thing. Yeah, I love it. I love it. People, like, we had like a really good time with V-Rising this year because Kill set up a server. There was a bunch of us on it. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun getting to do that with everyone. Continuing on, we're heading into the top 5. The top 5. I may ruffle some feathers with people on these top 5, but like I say, this is my list. God fucking damn it. Right, number 5. Number 5 is Marvel Rivals, baby. This is the first online team game, like team shooter, that has just caught me in a way. It's just caught me in a way that not since the original Overwatch came out, which, you know, Overwatch went the way of the Overwatch and did its thing. But yeah, it's something just fun. It's just fun about getting to be Marvel people and shooting, hacking and slashing other people. And I've seen a lot of videos and TikToks and comments on people taking all this far too seriously, if you ask me. Look, there's a shark man and a squirrel. They just have fun with it. Have fun with it. It's not that serial. It's not that serious, you know. It's just fun. It's fun. I mean, it's fun getting to learn the characters and how to use them optimally. I can speak. But no, it's a super good time. I'm enjoying it a lot. I've put it at 5 because obviously there's a bit of, well, where's this gonna go? Is it gonna maintain the momentum that it's currently got? Or will it fall off? We don't know. But as of right now, I'm enjoying it a lot. I have a lot of fun with it. All right, number 4. Number 4, here is where I'm sure a whole bunch of, what do we call them? Gamer bros. It's my only term. May disagree with me because it's probably one of the most hated games of the year by a lot of people, for some very stupid reasons. Some more, I get it why it wasn't for them. But I have a bias, and that is Star Wars Outlaws. I played through this whole thing. I liked where the story went. I think it went to some interesting places. I loved getting to explore the galaxy far, far away as a smuggler. Like just a boots on the ground, basically ordinary person, just making their way through the galaxy. You know, I had a lot of fun with this. I felt like it had some really cool moments, like the reveal of Jabba's palace was really fun. And we've got Nyx here, fucking being cute. I know they've reworked a lot of this game now. Like, they've reworked the stealth systems. They've patched a lot of stuff. I super enjoyed Outlaws a lot. I won't spoil anything, but I felt where the game went story-wise at the ending, it became a much more personal story towards the end, which kind of surprised me. But yeah, it was great. I mean, like I say, I've got my Star Wars bias. Like, I'm more likely to enjoy something that has Star Wars in it than most things. Which again, this is my favorite list. It's not necessarily the best list because I know this game had flaws and I criticized those flaws when we played it. But overall, I liked flying around in a spaceship. I liked playing the mini games, Sabak, playing those games of Sabak. I enjoyed it. Good time. I continued playing it after I beat it. That's how much fun I had. I continued to play it. So, you know, don't listen to a bunch of YouTubing reactionary people who are just jumping on a hate bandwagon. That's my advice. That's my advice. I had fun. Number 3. We've got for democracy, for freedom. It's Helldivers 2, baby. Helldivers 2 was such a fucking moment when that game came out. It was just... It'd been a long time since a game just really captured the imaginations of everyone who was playing it in such a way, and like all of my social feeds were just full of memes and fun stuff. And I mean, I know Sony absolutely shot this game in the foot in the middle of the year, and it was a whole fucking situation. But I feel like Arrowhead, the devs, they've pulled it back. With the inclusion of the latest update with a new species to fight, which are really fun to go up against. I've done a couple of rounds against them now. But it's just, look at these explosions. It's just fun. It's dumb fun. People who, again, kind of like Marvel Rivals, people who take this game too seriously and are like, we need to find the optimum way to get all of the XP and all that. No, No, this game is about dropping massive explosions on bugs, robots, and now aliens, and doing stupid shit. And like, people will shoot each other, there will be friendly fire. It's silly, it's fun, it's Starship Troopers, you know, all of that stuff. It's just fun. It's just untamed, good time fun, especially if you've got a group of people who are just loving it for the ridiculousness of it. Look at these things. Look at some of these monsters you have to fight. It's great. It's great. I loved Helldivers 2, and I continue to enjoy it. I keep playing. I've reinstalled it again now, and I jump into it every so often, just for the funsies of it all. Number 2. So number 2 and number 1, I flip-flopped on quite a lot. I didn't know which order to place them, but I've settled on where I've put them. I have settled, and number 2 goes to Silent Hill 2, baby. Silent Hill 2, I had a great time streaming and playing through. It probably has my favorite performance of the games I played this year, in the form of our protagonist here. I don't know, like, obviously it feels weird because I know some people like putting a remake, remaster in your top games of the year, but this is the first time I played it. I didn't play the original, so it was the long time. The first time I was just reading the long awaited there. The first time that I got to experience it, so that probably, you know, that obviously will color my opinion of why I enjoyed it so much. I love spooky atmosphere. I love weird, kind of like artsy horror, I guess you'd call it, where you're not really sure what the hell is going on and you're kind of piecing it together as you go. The music was great. Yeah, I had a great time. I had a great time with this game, and it was robbed, god damn it, that it wasn't at the Game Awards in the pile at the top. It was robbed. It should have been at least nominated, god damn it. It was fun trying to figure out what the hell was going on as someone who doesn't know Silent Hill at all. Like, I had no real preconceptions on the story or the world of it all, so it was fun getting to go through it with everyone. And look at this, there's a door monster. Like, some of the fucking monsters in this were just grotesque and imaginative and fun. And then this fucking guy, oh my god, this guy, the absolute worst. The absolute worst. And then, from what I understand, there's multiple different endings. Some of them are batshit crazy. Some of them are batshit. That puke guy, yeah, that fucking puke guy. It's a problem. But yeah, it was great. I love weird, cerebral horror stuff. And that's Silent Hill 2 in a nutshell. It's weird, cerebral, like, what the hell is going on? It's a great time. Like I say, his performance, fantastic. Like, it was both kind of off-kilter and subtle, and like, subtle performances aren't something you get in video games a lot, so I appreciated that. Yeah, Silent Hill 2, great time. Great time. There it is. My favorite game of the year, and again, I was flip-flopping like crazy on between these two, but I landed on this. I don't think it'll be much of a surprise to anyone who's been watching the streams, but it's my boy. It's my boy. It's the man in the hat, the man with the whip. The game we're going to be playing more today. It's Indiana Jones, baby, and the Great Circle. I think why this ended up being my number 1 is just that it's so fucking surprising how good this game is. It was so surprising. Like, I just thought it's gonna be a linear shooter, beat 'em up, get through the levels, but man, it really just captures the movies. Like, it's movie quality. Like, the cutscenes, the performances, like, this could just be an Indiana Jones movie. But it's also got fun gameplay in there as well. Like, getting to explore the environments, getting to do the puzzles, like, beating people up is fun. Like, whipping them. It just captures everything you want from Indiana Jones in video game form. And I'm so surprised by it. It is by far my biggest surprise this year, and that's what kind of clinched the top spot. Like, I kind of knew Silent Hill 2 is probably going to be a pretty good video game within its genre. I was like, and I wasn't surprised. He was like, yep, it's good. It's very good. Indiana Jones, I was like, there's no way this is going to be that good, right? It's not going to be that good. And boy, oh boy, is it. And I'm very excited to play more of it today. Because, geez, like, Troy Baker's great as Indiana Jones. It's, like, faultless most of the time, if not 99% of it. Voss, the villain, is great. Like, deliciously evil. And whipping people. You get a whip. How many games do you get a whip? And there's mummies, look. It's a great time. I can't say enough good things about this. If you've not played this yet, and it's on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass if you have it. It's just a grand adventure. And it kind of reminds me of, like, old school games. Like, you know, it just feels like an updated, like, game you might get on, like, the original Xbox or PS2 or something, but with nicer graphics and, like I say, a better narrative and performances and stuff. Like the sort of Metroidvania-ish, not really, but like the way you explore and uncover more of the world and get more equipment and stuff. But yeah, solid. Solid. Look at this man. Look at this man and his stones. But yeah, that's my number one. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was, I think, my favorite game. My favorite game of the year. And again, this is my favorite games of the year. This isn't necessarily the best critically analyzed games of the year. These are the games I had the most fun with this year, that released this year. That's important. They came out or got their 1.0, as far as I'm aware. Everything's in 1.0 on this list. But yeah, those are my games of the year. So the criteria for the list was it had to release or have like its 1.0 release this year. Obviously, I had to have played it. So there's probably things missing off this list that came out last year that I just didn't play. So obviously there's not going to be on my list. New list for tomorrow. Top 10 games up to date. Wow, you want me to put Mario Party on there? Play Mario Party and add it onto the list. You put it on that list, goddammit. That's cool. That was cool. I promised at the beginning of last year that I was going to do a top 10. Top 10 wants to play. I mean, I haven't even figured that out yet. I need to do that. I need to go through and look at what's releasing this year and obviously build my stream schedule around some of those releases. I haven't even done that part yet. I should do.